Hello there, lovely listener. This is just a warning to let you know that this episode of Return of the Giants may contain adult language or adult themes. Hello everybody. Hello there, welcome back to the Lost Archives. It is wonderful to see your gorgeous faces. We are back, we are here, we are playing the premier homebrew Dungeons & Dragons adventure, Return of the Giants, and oh boy, did we finish on a cliffhanger last week. I don't want to keep us too long before we dive in, so quick announcements before we start the session. Unfortunately, we are sans Matt and Jared tonight, so I'll be playing the characters of Niles and Cassius, along with the two companions who are also with the party, Klaus and Messai. So we have an equal number of PCs and DM control characters in the party at this moment. Just how we like it.
It's fair. Balanced to me. I'm talking about.
Oh, Brandon, what was that? Sorry, we lost you there.
You need to play Grim as well.
He said it sounds pretty balanced. That's what he said.
Okay, a few. It's okay, you're back.
No. For some reason, this new computer, it doesn't like running like Twitch on the second monitor like that. And I think there's something wrong with the second monitor because when a nerdy side note, whenever I check out my like displays and in video when I go see what's going on, I only recognize it's one display, even though there's a second display plugged in. So I think there's something tricky going on.
I might be time for a new HDMI cable. Or DisplayPort, if you're using DisplayPort. Or if you're using HDMI and you've got a DisplayPort adapter, sometimes they can short and that can cause the problem. It's a DisplayPort adapter. I can see Ali nodding.
Yeah. This one's got a DisplayPort adapter in, I'm pretty sure it's DisplayPort adapter in this one here, but it plugs into my dock that goes there. But my other one,
that is the problem.
It was a whole thing with whether or not this computer could run Thunderbolt through like Thingo. Apparently it can't. I had to reg-edit some things to turn off charging through Thunderbolt ports.
I think we might have identified the problem, Brandon.
It was a whole adventure.
Yeah. Just get a HDMI cord, mate. Yeah.
The least standardized USB.
Yeah. The fact that you have to still reverse it sometimes. My phone only charges with one orientation of the USB-C. I don't understand how that's possible.
That's been happening to me as well. Okay, not going.
Yeah, it's a sign that either the cable or the port in your phone's going.
Both.
Pretty sure it's
for me.
Port.
Yeah, because I'm often like just trying to shove it in. Don't make a gif of that. Let's do our intro. Let's jump into the session. No, thank you. Nope.
That's too low hanging fruit.
Nope. I'm good. Welcome back, David. It's lovely to have you back. That's all the welcome back you're getting. Let's do our recap and let's jump into the session. What was the fun news I had to share? This is really exciting. Roll20 we're going to do a sponsored stream for Roll20. They've reached out. They've reached out. We're going to do a sponsored stream for Roll20. It's nothing super crazy. Just some. They give us a 12 months of the subscription, which I already have to manage all the Lost Archive stuff because we use Roll20 extensively. And we get a free marketplace item. So I'm going to get us a new adventure to play for the next campaign once we wrap up, and it's going to be Icewind Dale because I've always wanted to run Icewind Dale, and I figured that'd be the next one to run after this. So. That's the
I
fun
feel
news.
like this
Roll20
was a
little intro.
I feel like this was an emotional purchase due to the storyline right now.
No. This whole
right
chapter is a love letter to Icewind Dale, Rime of the Frost Maiden. So of course we're going to run it. And you will see some of the same NPCs.
Should you not be mentioning the sponsor in the recorded version of this episode?
It is.
Oh, are we?
Yeah.
Is this what going on YouTube?
Yep, this is all on YouTube right now.
I already said the hello.
We did the hello.
Yeah, haven't we?
Right, so is this
I thought we're still in the.
No, this is it's going to be
Twitch exclusive.
I'll be recording a specific video for it. You'll see it soon.
Okay.
I'm gonna have to edit this, aren't I? Thanks for sponsoring.
Random bit of info. Been playing Claire Obscure of Ali. Game's fantastic.
So good.
Oh my god.
Learning to parry
and
What
epic, but
act are you in?
we just pretty much got into Act 2 right now.
Oh.
So, got a little bit spicy there in the fields. All the fields were happening.
Mate, you're not even up to the emotional bits yet.
Oh, no, that's end of Act 1 there. It was just
end of Act 1's pretty emotional, but there's so much more to come. At the end of Act 1 is just like... it's the entree to the emotional devastation you're going to feel as you finish Act 2 and head into Act 3.
Oh, I'm so fucked. The end of the prologue got me.
End of the prologue's also pretty devastating. Yeah. I had a few tears at the end of the prologue as they all got gommaged. I was just sort of sitting there like,
Yeah. Now I'm
Don't
learning
just
like
that.
French. I'm like, mon ami.
Oh, I love Esquier. Esquier is the best character.
Yeah. Yeah.
The most feared man in all the lands. Francois. And we're going to have to travel all over the... No, he's right over there. Fucking love Esquier. You look troubled, mon ami. Yeah. We should do an NPC based on Esquier. I'll do that.
Yes.
Hell yeah.
Yes, we need.
Yeah, we need Esquier.
Well, you might a security French person on the stream to say that we're not culturally appropriating if we do that.
Alice is fluent in French. Does that count? That counts, right?
That counts.
French language.
Yeah. All right, let us do our recap. Let us jump into the session. The Tempest Adventuring Guild, a name now legendary across the lands of Nostea, is taking on the threat posed by the return of the Giants. Now heading to the frozen lands of Northgard, the team are on the trail of the Frost Giants, seemingly linked to a sudden and drastic change in the climate. The team are now forcing their way through the unnatural snowstorm north of the town of Skostel, accompanied by Messai and Klaus, in an attempt to reach the Cold Ridge Lighthouse. With the biting wind, ceaseless cold, and difficult terrain, the journey has been arduous. So when our heroes stumbled upon a barrier, creating an oasis of calm in the middle of the frozen woodland, relief overpowered their caution. Soon, however, our heroes found themselves facing off against cold light walkers, strange humanoids made from the magic of the storm and animated by the ice wisps attempting to break into the barrier. The walkers weren't the only creatures inside the barrier, however. Breaking through a hidden snowdrift, an enormous frost salamander charged the party. Luckily, however, the salamander was more interested in consuming the frost remnants left by the destroyed walkers, and the team were able to avoid further conflict. Taking some time to rest, the team investigated the campsite, locating some strange cubes seemingly manipulating the thermal energy of the surrounding area. With the blizzard growing ever more intense and the light fading fast, the team settled down to sleep, but were awoken by the crashing of trees and a mournful wolf's howl. Where we left off last session, as you all had decided to bed down for sleep, the blizzard raging outside this magical barrier. Even inside the barrier, the light is beginning to fade, the storm blocking out the sun, and probably the sun setting as well. You think it probably is getting into the evening. And as you all bed down, get ready for rest, right as you're about to fall asleep, you watch as Messai suddenly perks up his ears, looking around, calling out to the rest of you, Did you guys hear that? Lyra and Niles, straining their ears, focused as well. Crashing of branches and trees. To the north, in the dense woodland area, you watch as a number of enormous pine and fir trees are pushed aside. A large furry form, 30, 40 feet tall, pushes through, as if brushing through undergrowth, knocking aside trees, snapping branches, its enormous paws crunching through the snow. A white wolf, eyes glowing this amber, this yellow-orange. As it approaches the dome, you watch as it cocks its head curiously, as Messai's eyes begin to glow the same colour. That is where we left off last session. We're going to jump straight back in the moment. You are all scattered around the campsite, probably closer than further away, probably closer to the campfire, so that you can enjoy the warmth that is emanating from those flames. The ice blue colour that they are doesn't seem to reduce the amount of heat that they are producing. It is a very warm fire. As this enormous wolf pads up towards the barrier, its nose meters away from the edge of the dome. What would you guys like to do?
I'll call out, just not loudly. Messai, can you still hear us?
Messai is unmoving, unnaturally still, his face blank, his eyes glowing, unblinking as he stares up at the wolf and as the wolf stares down at him.
Can I try and get a mental link going and see if maybe I can get his attention that way?
When you try and make a link with a voluntary creature, it just happens, right? When it's an involuntary...
Yeah.
You need to make a save, I think.
Int check. Contested int check.
Alrighty. Could you please do that for me?
famously my best stat.
I thought it might be. Yeah, as a druid. 14.
Not bad.
As you reach out, your mind seeking to connect, the power of the tattoo granting you this ability, you meet this barrier and are repelled. The wolf breaking eye contact with Messai to look at you, Lyra. You watch as its lips curl up in a slight snarl before it turns its attention back to Messai.
Harry's gonna climb a tree and hide and keep an eye out for other wolves.
Would you like to make a stealth check for me, Harry?
Yep.
Grim, Bart, would the two of you be doing anything? Grim, you'll notice on your character sheet in your inventory, the Shadow Weave hood is now activated, and I've attuned you to it as well.
Ah, you legend. Thank you.
It's all right.
Right now I am still in my little hut.
That's right. You're in your own Leomund's tiny hut away from the rest of the party. That's correct. Yeah, that's right.
I'm in a hut inside a hut. Yep.
Yeah. No. Having the single dome wasn't enough for this wizard. No. He's currently sleeping on a bed of rib cages, rib bones that you've produced, Grim, in your own little dome of force that you've created with your own Leomund's tiny hut. Yeah.
Does this stack with wait a second. I know it doesn't, but Leomund's tiny hut, it's like, what is it? Spells level 3 or lower can be cast through it, and effective spells can't extend into it. It's like, does that mean level 6 spells can't reach me out? Because I think
no. They can. They definitely can. I like the attempts though. I like the attempt. Grim and Bart, what would the two of you be doing? Harry's hiding, Lyra's trying to perform the mind link.
Hiding and watching. Sorry, Owen. I'm hiding and watching.
Can I grab a perception or investigation check as well then, Harry? Your choice.
I would be seeing this from inside. I would be hiding and watching as well.
And napping. Are you even awake?
I'm definitely cozy. No, I was getting disrobed until I seen a giant wolf in the distance.
I love the idea of Grim has stripped off his over the top necromancer, look at me, I'm a necromancer robe and armor with the bones, and he's in a pair of pink pajama shorts. He's got his slippers on. He's got a little nightcap. Yeah. He's
all the way.
Getting ready for bed. He looks like a British nobleman from 1600s. He's his little nightcap. He's getting ready for bed. He's poured himself a little glass of port from his personal stash, and then he looks up and just sees this massive wolf. Yeah. He's drinking out of a tiny skull, like a fairy skull. That's his little port.
Little snifter.
Oh god. Grim, as you look up, this wolf is enormous. Can I get you to make for me? You are a learned man, ostensibly. Could I get you to roll for me a religion or history check, please? Harry, perception check of 25. Oh yeah, there are more wolves out in the dark. Both normal-sized wolves and dire wolves. Now, the dire wolves are nowhere near as big as this white wolf, but there are a number of them. They're staying back at the moment, staying near the tree line. You count at least 20 wolves and a further 12 dire wolves.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Harry lets out a little whistle to the rest of the party to let them know there's more danger.
With a 25, I'm going to give you a little bit more. Their behavior is very relaxed, Harry. They don't look concerned. They don't look aggressive. 2 of the direwolves are actually lying down, their heads nestled into the snow, while some of the other wolves, which look a bit younger, are sort of playing around them. They don't seem aggressive at all. They're about sort of 80 feet away from you, hidden in the forest, at the forest's edge across from this clearing. But this isn't a pack of creatures ready to pounce. If anything, they look relaxed. And you, obviously, looking up at the enormous wolf in front of you, realize that they probably don't feel like they're in any danger. So, probably fair to say.
And we're trapped, effectively. Do they have us surrounded?
No, they're all in the same direction, all from the north.
Okay. Harry will just let the team know that, and then maybe switch trees or something.
Bart doesn't know much about wolves, especially being from the theocracy where everything is a flying creature that lives up in mountains. So I'd like to, if I can, try to recall on maybe some of the books that I've read during my noble tutelage and do like a nature check, see if I know, and not anything about this. This is obviously well beyond even my scope, I just feel like, but about like wolf mentality and a way to show submissiveness.
I'd say nature or survival. Either. You can pick.
I actually have a pretty good survival. I'll do that one. A 7.
Ooh.
7. Yeah, I mean, you never really spent much time studying wolf behavior. Do you know what I'm going to rule? I'm going to rule that with a 7, you start to believe the whole alpha, beta, gamma thing, that completely false and not scientific study of like one wolf pack that was in captivity that now everyone thinks is true and is definitely not real. You're like, yeah. So this will be the biggest one will be the alpha, and then it'll have like 3 betas underneath it, and each beta will have like 3 gammas, and it's like a pyramid scheme but for wolves. That's what you believe with your 7. You're just not sure.
It must be exactly like the theocracy.
Yeah.
Okay. Politics.
And must endeavor to be at the peak of the pyramid.
Okay. Well, look, in that case, it still sort of follows the train of thought of what he was probably going to do, of just nothing. He's just going to let things pass on, and I guess stay close to Messai in case Messai goes to leave. He does feel a little bit of like a responsibleness, I guess, just because we started to get close with Messai recently, of counting Messiah as one of his now somewhat companions. Opening up around the fire really helped with that. So if he does try to leave, is going to like have a held action to grapple him, but otherwise do nothing.
And the only other question I meant to ask is anyone grabbing their weapons or looking aggressive in any way? That was the only other thing I meant to ask as well. Cool.
And I think if I have time, I might even sort of shoot a bit of a look to Klaus and Cass as well, and just sort of be like, play it low key, like, don't instigate.
Cassius leans over towards Klaus. You can hear him whispering, a bit of a stage whisper. Man, that's a big wolf. Can you imagine the tattoo I could get if I was able to hunt that? As he sort of like leans over to Klaus. Klaus is like, I don't think you want to touch that, lad. That thing could tear you apart. Oh yeah, but be a good story. Cassius just sort of... Niles moves up towards the two of you, standing a little bit defensively. Lyra and Bart getting ready, not holding his fists up in an active way, but you can see from his stance he's ready to fight or flee depending on what the situation calls for. Right, well that's a very big wolf. Messai? As Niles sort of peeks over and looks at Messai's face. Messai is still unmoving. And for another minute, this quiet standoff seems to occur. The wolf focused fully on Messai, Messai's body occasionally twitching, before finally the glow leaves his eyes and he drops to the ground to his knees, panting, as if having undergone some great strenuous activity. It's at this point you watch the wolf turns its attention to each of you, slowly taking in every aspect of you. You watch as it breathes in deeply, this, and then slow exhalation, as if memorizing your sight, your scent, your sounds, before finally it opens its mouth and you hear it speak in a woman's voice, soft, with a hint of almost like an echo to it. The wolf's mouth not really moving perfectly in time with the words that are spoken.
So, you trespass on my lands, yet you travel with one of my wolfkin. Who are you? What do you seek in these frozen lands?
We're adventurers seeking to investigate the storm that's overtaken the land. We think it's unnatural.
It is. Is this barrier of your making?
No, we stumbled across it trying to get out of the storm. It's been a bit of a boon to us, but we plan on taking it down when we leave. Unless you want us to keep it up, but
No, it should be removed. It is not right. It is not of these lands. It is not of my territory.
okay then. Yeah, we'll take it down. As
No,
planned.
Sorry, I'll wait till you finish talking. I was just going to wander out when you're finished done.
I was just gonna sort of lead into a. We think that the storm might have something to do with the giants that have recently returned, but we're not confident.
The mention of giants, you watch as the enormous wolf, her lips pull back into a half smile, half snarl. Grim, was that a history check of 14? I'm going to give you a little bit of information. This is as you sort of wander out, having pulled some more of your clothes back on. With a 14, you have heard tales told amongst lycans, those afflicted with the curse or the boon of werewolf of lycanthropy. Tales of an entity seen as a god to some of those afflicted with lycanthropy, appearing in many different forms, but most often that of an enormous wolf, Fenris, she who stalks the north. In the distant past, last campaign, one of the characters went and sought out Fenris and was able to gain control of their lycanthropy, their transformations, through spending time learning from her.
Hearing what Lyra was leading into in the conversation before, I kind of just step out of my little hut. I believe if I step out of it, it dissipates behind me. So I'm step out and I'm pretty much in like my little bone boxer shorts, like little skulls on them. Picture like the Big Lebowski of some aspects, but York. Sorry. Walking out little port. Yes. Fenrir, is it? I understand. Apologies if I have the name wrong. My dialect isn't probably up to scratch.
Fenris.
Fenris. Apologies. Well, certainly, I can remove the spell that's negating access into these lands for you and your peoples. It's not natural for this land, and I can remove it after we have a good long rest. Me and my friends here aren't quite apt for the cold weather, one could say, as yourself. Would be rather interested to know. Do you have much idea about the giants, as I point to Lyra, as Lyra inquired just a moment ago?
I know the giants all too well, and I was not saddened at their disappearance. Their return has caused much upheaval, much problems for my people, my pack. They are not welcome in my lands, yet they trespass once again.
Have you seen, sorry, I was just wondering where they've trespassed. Did you have a direction of sorts? Is it towards the wind?
All of the wilds of the north are mine, my territory. I've stalked these lands since before this world was colonized by them, since before your tiny people crawled across its surface, and I will be here long after you all go.
That sounds like a challenge. That's understandable. Not challenging to you, just me of undying. Doesn't matter. Okay. But if they're in your land, of course they've entered, without asking, which is the wrong thing to do. Apologies. We didn't do the same. Hope we can make a reconciliance for that. One to say. But do you know where the giants may have wandered off to across your lands? Any particular direction?
They are using barriers not too dissimilar to this one. To the north, up around the edge of this North Guard, your people call it.
Okay, so where we came from. Okay. That's understandable. How is what's his name looking? Messi right now.
Currently looking like he is exhausted, like he has run a marathon. He is sort of panting a little bit. His eyes are wide. He's shaking. He looks, to be honest, Grim, a little bit scared.
Fenris, I can't help but notice Masai, our friend and companion we've so recently met, but is rather close to us now, I'd like to imagine, looks quite unwell. Is that something that we should be concerned about? Is that something you've done to him, dare I say? Not to judge.
He is of my pack. He is of my blood. No harm has come to him, other than the harm he has brought here himself.
May I inquire what harm that could be? Because we certainly, as I look around the team, we wouldn't want to do such harm neither.
He resists
something we should be aware
his
of.
blood. He resists his nature. He resists the call of the moon. He needs to give in, to surrender to the wolf, to me.
That sounds like a tough decision.
There is no control unless you have already surrendered to it.
Is there the opportunity to turn back, or is he just a lycan forever? A wolf, one could say.
He
Not the
already
moss.
is a lycan. His forms are his own, wolf or man. I do not seek to take away his ability to change. I seek for him to embrace both, for he is both.
And you watch as she looks down and directs that to him. And he shudders a little bit as she says that.
Is this a helpful kind of guidance? Not wanting to stick my nose in, but sometimes you can make other people understand. It can be easier to sort of come around to an idea sometimes.
If he resists for much longer, the wolf and he will be separate, their minds not joined, not harmonious, and he will lose control. The wolf guiding his actions in whichever form he takes. I seek to help him like I do all my children. Children of the moon. Children of my blood.
Fair enough. Well, I mean, like I said, we are planning on heading north towards the source of the storm. I mean, I'm not sure, if we're going to be able to get past the barriers, but we sure as hell going to try.
You walked past this one, did you not?
We did, but this one we think might be slightly different. Again, it's on nothing more than gut instinct, but well, I mean, like I said, we'll soon find out. Hopefully, assuming we make it there.
Your kind are not suited for this land. Perhaps I should tip the scales in your favor. I do not want these giants here. They are always causing problems. They always did in the past, and they do so now. Perhaps I should help you.
Can I do sort of a bit of a quick glance around at the rest of the party, just sort of get like a bit of a beat on I was saying we help the giant wolf. The giants are probably causing the storm, causing all sorts of issues. You guys in agreement or not so much?
I mean, if it's between potential was it devils we're dealing with right now, or giants?
Ice giants wielding double powers.
Double power, exactly. I don't even think about that one. Or helping out our friend who happens to know Fenris, a deity of sorts for the people. I'm down for that.
Bart will whisper, I'd like to make a request of her, but you're all being very nonchalant about this, as he's like down on his knees with like wings prostrated left and right, treating this the same way I guess others in the theocracy would treat the Zishi, like asking questions very willy-nilly.
I can ask for you, just shoot.
It's not
I'd say there's no harm in asking, but you could lose your head, or I guess see where you're coming from. Absolutely, but
whereas you both have yours still at the moment.
Can I set up a mental link with Bart? I'm like, all right, just tell me the question.
This thing is old. I already mentioned that I wanted to speak with a dragon for the exact same reasons, to learn stuff about the old times. This thing is bestial and doesn't seem to care much for the giants or their technology, so it would not know a lot about that, but maybe it might have memories of the day they disappeared.
Yeah, Fenris, first,
I heard your question through the mind link.
oh, that's convenient.
Yes, I do remember the days of the giants. I remember the day a Nam sang this world into being, for I was there on that day also.
You knew a Nam.
Can I That's maybe too much to ask. I'm just gonna like give eyes to like everyone else, please, to like get on their knees or something. I was gonna command Grim, but I feel like maybe that's a bit too mean.
No, do it.
But Fenris doesn't seem that bothered. Like, do you want to make an insight check for me?
Sure.
Has Fenris looked up at the tree at all?
Yeah. She sees you, Harry, 100%.
16.
16. But Fenris, this is a creature who has confirmed with her own voice, is very old, has been around a long time. That breeds a kind of apathy, a kind of nonchalance. This creature must be compassionate. There is part of her that is driven by compassion. She cares for those lycans. She clearly still has a drive to help them. And I mean, Harry kind of confirmed with you guys, there's an entire pack of wolves following her around. She's not apassionate. She just doesn't care about how you treat her. You're no threat to her, none of you, in any way, sense or form. You can be rude to her, you can be kind to her, your opinions mean nothing. This is a creature who, like, you are not lycans, you are not part of her pack. She does not really give a shit about you. She just doesn't care.
I honestly think this is like very subconscious for Bard, where Meloran also was probably older than her, but looked like a person, whereas this thing looks like a predator.
Meloran is younger as a god, certainly. I mean, the creation myths you've heard is that the primordials that were around the same time as the planet, Meloran didn't come to being until the elves came through the giant portals. Fenris predates Meloran by hundreds of years. Fenris is something else.
Okay,
Not a
in
primordial,
either case,
not a god.
The interactions is very different on Bart's perspective.
Yeah.
He was very calm and like joking around with Meloran. Right now, the aspect of this thing being, I think, even just a wolf is just making this feel very daunting.
It has aura.
It has a lot of aura.
Oh man, yeah.
Uh,
Oh yeah.
When the giants disappeared, we've been trying to track what happened to them, and it all just seems to be light and song. but none of them can remember, and we've never met anyone who's been around when that would have occurred. Do you remember that day and anything that happened?
Of course. Anam was killed, slain, and with that act his children ripped from this world, banished. The means by which this was done, I know not, but I can tell you, to kill a god, a true god, one who creates, takes power, cunning, and guile.
And he's definitely gone, like, completely. He it's not a case where he was, like, maybe split up into a bunch of teeny tiny little pieces that could be reunited.
I have not heard his song since that day. He is dead. If there are bits left of him, aspects of his power, they are shadows, fragments. They are not them. Anam. They were special, and they are gone.
Are there any times of your knowledge that another god has died, or is Anam the only case?
Anam is more than just a god. Anam, I am using your language. It is not as perfect. There are gods and there are gods. You understand? Ones who create and ones who rule. Anam created. These things you have here who call themselves gods, they rule over Anam's home. Now empty. Its builder, its maker gone.
Do you know where Anam died, perhaps? Just a thought. My bet was on Noctis, perhaps. I'm not sure. Any ideas?
Noctis, that is the floating city. To the north, the one that travels. Perhaps, to mine eyes, that is where the light was brightest, the sound most loud. You have heard it described as a song. That was Anam's scream as they died. There was no song. Just the final cry of a dying god.
That's kind of the, I guess the feeling I got on Noctis, one should say. If I was to say that it was the aura of a screaming god of death dying.
This Noctis, it is a scar. You understand? A scar, a wound that still festers. Point of
Sounds like an
impact. That would make sense. That is what I would expect.
Right. And sorry to just sort of keep asking questions, but
Your kind are curious and you talk. I am used to it.
thanks.
I have time.
Does the name Hadar mean anything?
You watch as Fenris snarls.
Hadar. The dark hunger. That is a name that should not be spoken. That thing got what it deserved.
So we're assuming it's also dead, yes?
As much as that thing can be. Anam did what they could. Broke it, sealed away its heart.
We kind of have some strong suspicions, so to say, that something that is dark hunger-like seems to be moving in this direction. 8 weeks, was it, guys?
6 to 8 weeks. Yeah, Jimmy. I mean, the Hadar thing should arrive. From my understanding.
That is not Hadar, whatever it is. God's mind, its power are separate things. Anam sealed both, shattered the mind, and separated the power. Whatever it is you have seen, it is not Hadar. I promise you that.
It's a big relief.
Massive.
That feels much better. So I've got this thing in my hand that seems really like Hadar-like, but it's good to know that's not Hadar.
You watch as Fenris breathes in, sniffing the air, her enormous maw moving up to the edge of the barrier and pressing up against it. Fenris seems unable, at least at the moment, to push through the barrier. As she breathes in, Grim, you watch as she recoils.
Your flesh smells foul, your spirit tainted. You are corrupted. Kindest thing I could do is kill you now, save you from whatever fate. An endless, gnawing hunger that can never be sated. Step beyond the barrier, wizard. I will give you the kindest gift I can.
I've kind of thought about that, yes. But I haven't got much time left anyway, so I don't mind. You know, it's kind of this. It's in the ballpark. You know, one could say, if you do a little bit of necromancy, you might get a lot of pain at the end. I appreciate the kind gesture, I really do. But there's more to learn, so I better keep learning to do my best to help others.
You have nothing but time left. You will not die, wizard. You will be consumed by the hunger until you become it. Already, it has moved through your soul, taken chunks from it and replaced it with its own. You are still mortal for now. That will not be the case for much longer. Come, step beyond the barrier, while you still are you.
Again, I do appreciate the offer. That kind of explains why I've been feeling a little bit more apathetic to most circumstances. More relating to death than usual, one could say. But I think I might stay on this side of the barrier for now. I do appreciate it. If I do want to take you up on it, I have a quick portal back to Northgard. I can you can always sniff me out if I call out and say, yes, please take me now.
Swear it. Swear now before me that you will end your life before the hunger takes you.
Let me think about this. End my life before the hunger takes me.
Is this death something that can only be done by your hand? Or is it something that...
For the moment, any who wish to kill him could do so. He is still mortal. He has the frail body of an elf. But before too long, he will be other, replaced. One of you, if he will not swear it, one of you must. It is a cruel thing to let him walk free of this place when the hunger takes him. I risk my children. I risk others by letting it be so. Swear it, wizard, or one of your comrades will. I do not care if it is 1 year or 1 second before you are taken by the hunger, but you must die. This is a kindness.
Okay. Lyra, it would feel wrong to do it myself. Would you have a swampy obliterate my very being if I do appear to be succumbing of some sorts? Is that okay?
I shall. Just, make sure you keep me updated on any looming consumptions.
Dark tendrils I'm expecting. Dark shadowy tendrils. If you see those emanate from me, I will, let me know if I'm not aware. I think that would suffice, yes. Fenris, does that suffice? I have a death pact with Lyra.
Fenris, is there a way that we can tell if he's getting close?
To show you would be cruel, but I am cruel.
And with that, her eyes begin to glow once more. All of you see this vision. You see Grim standing in the middle of a city, the city of Oxenfurt. It's busy. People run around, children laugh and play. You watch as Grim stumbles for a moment and looks down at his hands. The skin is grey, blackened in places, the veins rising to the surface, black ichor pumping through in place of blood. You watch as Grim, struggling to stay vertical, struggling to stay standing, begins to double over in pain. As his skin begins to flake off like ash, you see underneath a black void, eyes opening in it as he sheds his skin, tearing free, and mouths begin to open all across his form. The screaming starts, and blood runs through the streets of Oxenfurt.
My envisioning this as well as everyone else just gets to see
Everyone sees this, including you, Grim.
Ah, beautiful. Well, that is a way to go. That is a way to head out.
You see, I offer you a kindness, elf.
There must be something else that I can do to mitigate this issue. I'm sure that's not it. Like the only it.
You are mortal. You will resist death until its final moments. I understand. But your companion, Lyra? You have sworn in front of Fenris, the first wolf, that you will kill him before he becomes this.
Yes,
And with
once I
that,
start
Lyra-
to see the signs.
I know, keep going.
Once I start to see the signs, the graying of the skin, the flakes that peel off like ash, before the void comes out of his body, soul, being, I will, yes, I'll either slay him, or if that somehow is impossible, I will find a way to chop up his body into little pieces and shove it in a bag of holding.
Lyra, as you speak, your words hover in the air, symbols, runes glowing softly, and they begin to form chains that wrap around your hand. As they sink into your skin, you feel a tingling like static electricity, like pins and needles. This is a binding oath you have made.
You need to be collecting a bunch of stuff all off the arms now.
They're not visible. It sinks in and vanishes, but you can feel this. It's wrapped around something inside of you. This is a binding oath
I know,
you have
Fenris,
made.
I was and still am, was planning on, and will, proceed with my words.
I have to be careful. I cannot just let you walk away from here and let him become that.
Also understandable.
Well, shall I help you? Yes, the giants pose more of a risk. They must be stopped. Their meddling, their attempts to break the walls between the planes continues to cause nothing but misery. Yes, they must be stopped.
Is it just the ice giants that you know of that are trying to break the plains, or is it just kind of the giants as a collective?
They are all giants. They give themselves names based on how they look, but in their hearts they are all the same. This world was never enough. What their father, their mother, Anam had created for them was never enough. And they sought the worlds beyond and brought ruin. Their parent to themselves. And they still have not learned. They are all the same.
Yeah. The frost giants before Anam's cry were here?
The lands were different then, not separated. There was but one big landmass. They were here, in the north, They were attempting to flee from a disaster of their own making. Giant longship. Their leader, Jarl Ulfric, yes, gave his life to save his kin. It was not enough.
But if they were here beforehand, did you both coexist together in that time?
The giants knew better than to mess with me or my siblings. We were Anam's first children. They his second.
Your siblings? There's
Yes.
other wolves like you?
No, I am the only wolf. They each wear forms suited to who they are. Like
Can I
I wear
telepathic
mine.
image the Stone Guardian?
Can you what, sorry?
Can I telepathic image, telepathic link an image of the Stone Guardian to this thing?
You think this is one of ours? No. That is some creation of the stone giants, or maybe some other gift from their parent. That is not one of my siblings. You would know. We all wear the forms of mighty beasts, after all.
Would this be something I would know just through like history or anything like that, or
Grim. Do you want to make me a history or religion check?
Mm-hmm. Do a history. 17.
17. Grim. There is always folklore. Even in the incredible fantasy world that is Nostea, there is always folklore. Cryptids, if you will. Enormous creatures that are rarely seen and talked about in history, spoken about, that most people and most scholars immediately discount as being rubbish or garbage, or some wizard having cast enlarge reduce on a creature for a prank. But you have heard tales of an enormous whale shark, tales of an enormous bear, tales of an enormous wolf, and others.
So I know, Fenris, and then I know there's like a whale shark and a bear shark. A whale.
Not a bear shark.
Well, I just realized I wrote
You
down
played too much
bear shark and I was reading. Yeah, literally.
It's not a bear shark. Yeah.
Whale shark.
Hammerhead
Okay,
grizzly sounds terrifying. I'm not gonna lie. No, it's not the four elemental spirits either. Grim, I'm going to say with a 17, you've heard of at least 5 or 6 of these creatures. Tales of enormous animals, enormous beasts.
Would you be... You said you were going to help us. How would you do that?
Your forms are not well suited for the winter, for these harsh lands. I can help you through the storm. Aid your passage, speed you on your journey north before the giants do much more harm. Better yet, if any of you were amenable. Your friend here, Messai, would pass on my gift.
It's tempting.
It is very tempting.
You mentioned
Know that there are positives and negatives to have the blood of the wolf. It is a burden and a blessing.
Is that about the control that you were mentioning earlier, where you have to both give in to it in order to not let it control you?
Yes. You must embrace your bestial nature, the wolf. You must surrender to it before you can control it.
I'll have a think on that. Messai can assist, I suppose, with the granting of the boon?
Yes, he can. Once he accepts who he is.
I was wondering if I could get a quick little pulse check in with Swampy.
Yeah, good question. What would Swampy think
Owen,
of
you're
Fenris? What
You're
would Swampy... Thank you for letting me know. What would Swampy think of Fenris? Have I been doing it the wrong way around this whole time?
just that last little bit.
Just that last one. Okay, that's good. What would Swampy think of Fenris?
If there's like a bit of like an internal sort of monologue, if Lyra's sort of sharing that with Swampy, it's
Can you roll me an insight
a little
check?
bit of a all kind of power that I could.
Lyra's really collecting all of the like the pact binding warlock style, like really going for all
that's
of them.
not straight warlock.
You're trying to fill the whole Varus, the Varus shaped hole in your heart, Lyra. And Lyra, I'm still
never had a pact
here.
with Varus.
I
That was
know, but you
Luciana.
could have one. I'm right here. I'm right here for you, Lyra. Just say the words. Let me in. 21 on the insight check. I'm pleased to say that Varus has picked up another, not just another faithful, but another warlock in our Tales from the Yawning Portal. Our rogue has gone very much, yeah, I'll take some levels of warlock. Varus sounds sick.
Oh yeah.
So we got another changeling. Varus has another changeling in his harem? What's a group of warlocks? What's the collective noun for warlocks?
A war room.
A cult of warlocks?
Cult of warlocks.
21 on the insight check.
I'm just thinking about a hat of warlocks, but
A hat of warlocks.
A changing room.
A changing room of warlocks. Oh my god. 21 on the insight check. Lyra, Swampy doesn't... I mean, this isn't you playing around with necromantic magic. This isn't you mucking around with eldritch gods. Fenris... I mean, what would Swampy see Fenris as? There is kind of a touch of... I don't want to say a touch of the Fae, but that kind of ancient spirit kind of vibe to Fenris. This old, inscrutable entity. A menagerie of warlocks. I like that. Swampy has a kind of... the connection with the Myconids, that kind of Myconid, this old, patient, slow-moving... There's a symbiosis there. Swampy's not worried about Fenris at all. Swampy doesn't really... You're not in danger. Swampy doesn't sense danger here. And you becoming a werewolf or taking on lycan aspects would not put you in danger. Swampy's not worried.
I'm seriously actually leaning towards it. I think where sort of Lyra is she's sort of got this deep-seated fear, like sort of the Fae, this unknown contract that neither of us still remember at all.
So better enter one with this creature.
I think it's more she's trying to align herself with as many powerful, like, she's like, okay, I can't trust the gods, but if, Fenris seems trustworthy. And I think sort of, glancing, I might come back to regret this, but glancing back at the rest of the party, I think Lyra looks up at Fenris and says,
Bite me.
How long is this acclimation process going to take?
That entirely depends on you. To be fully one with the wolf, a lifetime.
Yes, in that case, would you grant me the boon?
My bites would deal more harm. Let us start small. Messiah, embrace the wolf. You have a willing pack member here. She looks down at Messiah. Yeah.
Can I do an insight check on Messai to see if he
Yeah.
wants to do this? He already spoke about the fact that he didn't really like his pact, and I don't know if he wants to turn someone else.
Yeah, it's less so a pact, but yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Lyra, I've been working on a rejigged version. Oh no, it's a 5, Christian. Yeah, Messai seems fine with it.
Cool.
He's just really, he's just overwhelmed with the sight of the mother of all lycans standing before him, the mother of all wolves standing before him. It's just a bit overwhelming for him. He'll be fine in a day or two, maybe even a minute or two. Glass of water, nice cookie, he'll be fine.
Pint at the pub, wait for it all to blow over.
Yeah, exactly. That's it exactly. I've been rejigging the old Blood Hunter class because that is what we used for Simon's character Wiltix to be able to express a lot of the
dual classing.
Not necessarily, but I've been rejigging it so it's a new version of the Lycan class. It's not using the same features and traits. I've sort of updated it because I wondered if anyone did want to potentially look at that. And I was thinking more for Tales from the Yawning Portal, but it has kind of come up during this particular chapter. There's another way we could do it, which is treat you as if you were like a burgeoning lycan, and it'd sort of be like taking a feat that slowly increases as you meet certain requirements.
Yeah, because if I can keep it, because I want to stay pure classed in Druid.
Yeah, in that case, then we'll go the feat. We'll go the feat pathway, and I'll keep the class for Tales from the Yawning Portal. There's a particular adventure that suits really well with that kind of vibe, and so I've set it up just in case anyone wanted to take it. We've got a beast hide shifter cleric who I think would benefit from taking a level 2 in this because it uses wisdom as the primary casting stat. So bit of overlap with cleric there. So all right, in that case then I'll come up with a little feat if this does go ahead, and we'll use a leveled feat system so that you can instead of taking like ASIs and things like that, you can actually level this up instead and improve this ability.
Hell yeah.
Alrighty.
That sounds cool.
Yeah.
A little bit of chaos.
You watch as Messai, still sort of keeping his head down, not making eye contact with you guys, not making eye contact with Fenris, shudders as she says, "We have a willing pack member."
Can I do an insight check on Messai as well?
Yeah, for sure. Of course you can. Natural one. 18.
Oh,
Lyra, Messai is not just terrified, he's disgusted. He is experiencing some sort of horror right now, the cause of which you're not 100% certain. He seems like he is, traumatized is the word that I come to in my mind when I imagine what he looks like. It's this, an awful trauma.
In that case, I might. Sorry, I'm not changing my mind, but perhaps we wait until if and when Messai is more comfortable with himself.
This is your choice to make, as his. I am in no rush.
I'll wait until he's perhaps more on board with it too.
Well,
But
we must get you through the storm, the frost giants, as quickly as we can. My winter wolves will guide you.
Not to question your wisdom, are you certain that the giants are behind this?
They were in the past. They are so again now. My wolves saw them working their machinery, their metal that they ripped from the ground. Saw them tear a hole in the sky, through which the winds of the hells now blow freely. I hunt the devils that sneak through. My pack and I have killed many in the last few nights. And while I enjoy the hunt, I tire of this cat and mouse game. The rift must be closed.
Okay, well, that makes a bit more sense. I have a attunement myself to fiendish entities, other planar creatures, and I thought the hells themselves were behind it, not the giants.
The hells may still be, but the giants are the ones who opened this gate, this door. Whether the hells pushed them to it, or their own hubris and foolishness caught up to them once again, I know not, I care not. The outcome is the same. I must spend my time here killing devils, cleaning up once again after their mess.
I'm hoping that she doesn't notice, and I mean no offense by doing it, but I'm just going to check that, like, this interaction with devils, killing them, being in a land that's slowly being, like, turned and corrupted, isn't having an effect on her the same way I guess Grim is being corrupted. Can I do a chew through a divine sense with one of my channel divinities and just see if anything from the pack, anything from her is coming across as somewhat fiendish or desecrated?
But no fiendish, no desecrated. But you can sense celestials with this, can you not?
Yes.
The closest thing that she would be is a celestial, but it's a different feeling. She's something, a variation of it, but that's the closest categorization for her. Sort of halfway between a primordial and a celestial. Because you can sense both, you would feel that.
Okay.
Wholly and truly. And she is definitely not aligned with the hells. There is no sense of devilish or demonic aspect to her. No.
I'll prostrate one final time. As we prepare to leave, could I make a request of you?
You may.
The dome that we find ourselves inside, that we will take down and you will help us leave, currently nests a frost salamander, a creature that is quite nervous and scared.
Two frost salamanders.
Two. They did us a kindness and let us rest here alongside them. But they seemed to be at odds with your kind. Can you make sure they are not harmed?
My children wish to hunt. I will not interfere to prevent the reward for their hard work. But there is no honor, no delight in hunting such pitiful injured prey. These may live, for now, for this night, after which I will not tell my wolves not to slay, not to hunt and not to feed. It is not in their nature and not in mine.
Can I do a history check to remember back to when we saw the frost salamander? Did it have injuries on it?
Nope. And you only saw one.
Yeah, it makes sense with a pair and if they've got a nest here for a second, but I guess the other one's injured down in the nest and the first one was possibly bringing food back to it.
Maybe. Would explain the behavior.
I'm not going to push my luck. Thank you.
She nods. As she goes to turn away, you watch as she pauses for a second and looks directly at the tree Harry is in.
Oh boy.
She cocks her head for a moment as if listening. And then as her eyes meet yours, Harry, only you hear this next bit. This is just for you.
So, you do carry around something of interest, little rabbit.
I don't know what you could be talking about.
Anam was my mother and my father, my creator, my parent. And I mourn their death every moment of every day. But perhaps they are not as gone as I thought. Your friends spoke of fragments, remnants left behind. There is a song. Can you not hear it?
Is Figment tuned into this chat?
Figment is not. This is just for you.
I can't. Is it a sweet song? Is it a happy song? Or is it a sad song?
It is incomplete. You do not hear it yet?
I've been trying to listen, but I haven't heard it. How will I know if we're going the right path to help him?
I do not know. I do not know if there is any way to help.
Okay. I don't know how to take that.
I was never one for planning. I was never one for problem solving. I was the hunter. Well.
Yeah, well, I mean, do you have any advice or any words that or any places that might help them with their memory? Or
If you carry around even a fragment, the mind of my parents, you can trust them.
oh yeah, we really trust each other. Yeah, no. But I want to help them.
I do not know if that is possible, little rabbit. Anam is dead. I watched it. I heard it. I felt it in my heart.
Could he be reborn? Could they be reborn?
If it is possible, I know not how. Think of this thing you carry, this fragment, this echo. Give it good experiences. If it is a memory of my father, let it be a good memory. It is the soul of my mother. Let it live a happy life.
Yeah, no, we're already on that way, and I appreciate that advice. And thank you for reaching out. I didn't know that you knew I was here. Yes.
You have
I'll
not
take that
bathed in many days, little rabbit. I can smell you.
I mean, I bathed just yesterday. Okay. Yeah. No. We'll.
Then perhaps
yeah.
new clothes. I could smell you from 3 miles away.
And you watch as the wolf
You
smirks a
don't eat
little bit.
Harengon, do you?
I do not.
Oh, okay, good. Yeah, no. I'll take note. Harry is like to his core, offended. Yeah, yeah. Okay. Well, thanks for the advice. I will do just that. I will look after the fragment or as they're known, figment, to the best of my ability.
You watch as Fenris nods. For the rest of you, this has all taken place over about 10-15 seconds of Fenris turning and looking at Harry in the tree as Harry goes a bit still. And then Fenris slowly nods and turns and pads into the darkness. As the enormous wolf vanishes into the trees, you hear a low howl rising in intensity. And then as the howl dies away, answering it in the night, 1, 3, 5, 12, voices all rising until you are surrounded by an orchestra of wolf howls, until they all die away, leaving nothing but the eerie silence of the night, the howling wind of the storm once more. You watch as Niles lets out a very relieved sigh and goes, I'm really pleased we didn't have to fight that thing. That would have been scary.
Agreed.
Crossed my mind, I kind of thought there was a 0% chance we'd ever survive that.
Yes, I think we all need a good lesson in etiquette as well.
Yes, you were very casual.
Etiquette.
All of you were very casual with the big wolf. Very casual.
I find it best to not let them know you're scared. Just be chill.
I'm pretty sure she could smell it.
But I wasn't showing it. That's what counts, I think. I don't know.
You sure? Your pants look a little wet there, Grim.
Well, that's just the snow. The snow does that. I was drying
Right,
them
of course.
in my abode before.
Yes, of course.
Look like snow.
Exactly right. Yes. The snow is all over me. I must dry them.
Rather yellowed around your feet, Grim. No, he doesn't say that.
Yes, that's someone else.
Can I
Okay.
sort of wander non-threatening like to the opening of the Frost Salamander cave?
Yes, you can. You walk past, as you approach, a pair
gonna go
of
to a-
skinned lips attached to a tree trunk there immediately start to speak in Grim's voice. There's frost salamanders here, just so you're aware. Make sure you don't disturb them. Thank you. I believe was
Or
your...
steal anything.
yeah.
Yes, that was it. And then
And
don't steal anything.
targeting Harry.
This is for you, Harry. Yes.
Yeah, this is specifically a message for you, Harry.
And if I can start up the mental link, because I don't want to sort of like surprise them or anything. Like, not that they don't know I'm already there, but you know.
While you're doing
Alright.
that,
Thank you.
but you're heading with them as well?
I'm going to go with Lyra just to assist.
While you're doing that,
Harry's
Grim...
also going to go to assist.
Harry is not invited.
In that case, then, while Lyra, Harry, and Bart head down to go and check on the frost salamanders, Grim, you're left with Cassius, Niles, Messai, and Klaus. You can see now that Fenris has padded away, the wolf howls have died down. Messai is sitting close to the fire, head in his hands, looking disturbed, looking a bit upset, a bit distraught.
I would like to sit down next to him and do a bit of that like stepdad talking to the son sort of thing, like
Mother?
yeah, just hey sport. So that was an interesting conversation. How long have you known Fenris for? Seems like a little while.
I haven't. It's the first time I've met her. I didn't even know she existed until today. I'd heard stories. The great wolf of the north, the mother of the werewolves. I didn't believe them. I thought it was a lie. A story you tell around the campfire.
I had similar stories in my time. It's how I assumed Fenris was who it was. I was kind of expecting them to say, no, you got me wrong. But it's quite fortunate to meet a deity of sorts. It doesn't, for a long life, it doesn't happen to most people day by day. I'd like to think I'm not a religious man of sorts really, but somewhat blessed in a sense to meet someone of such grandeur, such importance to our world, one should say.
Blessed.
And I think there may be a hint that you may not feel quite the same way about the awe we just witnessed.
This is a curse. What I'm afflicted with, you understand? I'm a monster. I've been trying to cure myself. I've been trying to cure myself for a long time. A very long time. I've lost friends. I've lost family. And she's telling me to accept it, to embrace it.
if you don't mind me asking, did you? This may come off blunt, but I'm kind of enamored with death. Did it fail your attempts, or did you stop yourself? They're two very different reasons.
I have, my whole life, kept a chain around the wolf's neck. I've seen what werewolves do, what they can become, the horror they can inflict, and I swore I would never do the same. And I have fulfilled that promise. My whole life.
Does it feel like it's getting harder to control?
You watch as Messai pauses. He goes to say yes. He shakes his head.
Actions speak louder than words in my time of being. One thing I can rather understand from where you're coming from is being perceived as a monster. I kind of get that rather acutely right now. There's just being perceived as a monster in the actions you do, and then there's perceiving yourself as a monster. You don't have to see yourself this way, nor do you have to beat yourself up about this. You didn't choose the curse of lycanthropy to get you where you are now, but it is what you are, of sorts. There's unfortunately no cure to my understanding for this here. But if you can embrace yourself for what you are, you may not have to hurt people you wish not to hurt.
Grim.
If you understand where I'm coming from here, Messiah.
I'm not like most other lycans. I was born this way. I was born a lycan. I wasn't bitten. I wasn't turned. My parents... You don't know who my father was. He was a monster. A beast. I know what's in my blood. I've seen it. I saw what he became. And I swore that I would not be the same.
Is, to my knowledge of this affliction, is there anything I know about how it affects people, like whether or not they just fully lose control of themselves during the formation of becoming a wolf, or whether or not there's some semblance of them being able to control what's happening? Like, what's my understanding of...
Yeah, could I get you to roll me an Arcana check?
I would love to. Oh, we can do Arcana, that's fine.
Yeah, I think Arcana does fit the best here.
Yes!
Dave, fucking gorgeous dog, mate.
Oh, thank God still. It's a 17. Thank God. Thank you.
Just a tiny little platypus, the little black bill. I just can't get over it.
Little mlem.
Can't get over it. Little mlems.
He
17.
needs a tiny fedora.
A little, oh no,
Oh.
fedora. I think a little tiny,
Yes.
little tiny flat cap.
platypus.
No, I reckon a little tiny flat cap. I reckon a
She
little
was a
tiny.
little ribbon. We have like a little ribbon.
Oh,
Are you gonna put her in a little Santa hat for Christmas, Dave?
I think we will.
yes.
Yeah.
Is it a beard? There's
Yeah.
sort of like a beard on the bottom.
Oh my god.
Little flat caps, like, peaky fucking blinders.
It's fine.
Straight
Look,
away.
I love my flat cap. Yeah. 17 Grim. Yeah, this is what you know about lycanthropy. It really varies from person to person. A person being born as a lycanthrope is pretty rare, but it does happen. They tend to have more control than those who are transformed, who are bitten, or who have the curse passed on to them. It is magical in nature. There are ways to cure it in the initial exposure period, but after that, it's not known how. It's something that has not been discovered yet, or if it has, it's not being shared. But lycanthropes, on Nostay, it's a little bit different to how D&D does lycanthropes, where like in classic D&D, it's like certain lycanthrope species are like lawful good or lawful evil or chaotic good or chaotic. Like it's a bit different to that. It's the way we're kind of running it on Nostay, the homebrew version of it is much more nuanced. It's based on the person, and there's an element of how well they accept and work with the transformation. So with a 17, you would know in case studies, in papers that you've read, books that you've read, those who are able to embrace their nature and work with it rather than fear it or try and fight against it, those who embrace it have far more control over their transformations. Describing it as like, rather than being a helpless passenger or not even being aware of what happens when they transform, those who embrace it, those who work with it, those who try to understand the werewolf or the wolven nature, even have influence over what their wolven form does when they're fully transformed. A number of people are able to partially transform. You've seen Messai can partially transform. He can transform only parts of his body and attack with them. But the full transformation, it sounds like he's never actually gone through, or he's fought against and chained himself up, or who knows what, to prevent it happening.
Okay. I've got, Messiah, if I could give you a story, if you will. In my line of work and studies, I've seen a lot of people dabble in necromancy and such like that. It's kind of one of those practices that can draw out some true weirdos of sorts.
He looks you up and down and goes, "You don't say."
Yes. No, I believe it. I have met them. They do exist in this world.
Really?
Now, there are some. Yes. They get brought in by the feeling of, one day I could be a lich, I'm going to raise dead hordes and do stuff like that. And then they lose
Sorry, I don't mean to interrupt. Are you telling me that all people who study necromancy, their end goal is lichdom? That's horrifying.
Well,
was that your end
not all
goal?
of them. Well, one of them, but that's beside the point I'm trying to make here.
You watch this mess slowly move slightly further away from you on the log, Grim.
It's a big, hairy, audacious, a big hag, not like that hag, but a big, hairy, audacious goal of mine. That one there. But that's a long way off. But long story short, you can go in there for good reasons to learn more about death and help people of sorts with those who are dead. And then you could raise a village and destroy everything and everyone you know. From what I've read, it's very similar with lycanthropy, of the way the affliction first affects someone. Being that you're, in this case here, someone born with this affliction, from what I've read in my studies at the university, is really something that you can control if you embrace it. It's based more on your nature, not your nurture, if that sort of makes sense. You being a person with a good heart and good spirit, you could do good things with what you would see as a curse, others may see as a benefit on themselves. You're not a bad person. Your dad was a bad person. You could do good things that he could not. If that's not just me talking to the wind. I may be overstepping. Apologies, Messiah.
Make me a persuasion check.
I would love to.
Grim's real good at these. Watch him roll a natural 20,
18.
just fucking knock it out of the park. 18.
Decent.
Grim is good at these. God, did you get a +6 to persuasion? What are you doing speccing into into charisma?
Because I was leaning first originally into more businessy sort of.
No wonder you've got like 3 hit points. Con is a dump stat for me.
No, I've got a +1 there. It's fine.
Oh, okay, +1. Ooh. You watch as you watch as Messiah nods slowly. What you just described, the process of necromancers, like having to resist killing everyone they love and turn them into ghouls and into zombies. That's not the same thing at all.
Yes.
That's not the same. It's not even remotely similar. But somehow I find myself like, it's not even slightly adjacent. And you can see Messa getting a bit worked up, but in like a joking way. Like he's kind of like exasperated with you, but in like a It's like, you're choosing to do this. You're choosing to become a necromancer. You have to physically learn to cast these spells. You have to want to cast them, right? Like, this is something that has to happen. You have to study this for years, right?
Well, some people have to study for years, but yes.
Oh, sorry. I didn't realize I was speaking to Mr. Necromancer. It's not the same at all. Yet somehow, and I cannot believe I'm saying this, I kind of get what you're saying. Maybe it's because I've spent too much time with Savonk, who's also a necromancer, and maybe my mind is just completely fucked up by that now. Maybe I'm just ruined by spending too much time with necromancers. But like, I think I understand what you're saying. And that was nonsense, what you just said. Complete nonsense.
Yeah, that's kind of how wizards talk, as you'll know from speaking with Savonk.
I've got a friend, a hunter friend, who said wizards say a lot of words to say nothing at all. You actually did say something there, and maybe I need to listen.
You just catch a lot of times when you're talking to a wizard, the one thing I've learned is just understand what they said at the beginning and what they said at the end. Most in the middle you can sort of trim out. But I'm glad I could help someone. So.
I did miss a little bit of the middle while I was contemplating the fact that you want to become a lich. It's just, I don't tell people that. Don't tell strangers that. They're gonna. You're lucky I have an open mind with this.
You're like, a lot of times you sneak that down the middle a little bit, and that's the part that they don't notice. Usually they say, "Oh, what?" and you glaze over it. But I'm happy to tell you because I trust you.
You've met me for 2 days, Grim. If this is all it takes for you to reveal that your goal is to become a lich, you need to hide that better. God, you're so much like Savonk sometimes. Look, thank you. Well, that actually helped somehow.
I'm glad it did, and if you got a scratch Lyra or something like that, give her like a cool scar if you can.
No,
maybe a skull or something.
I didn't get to pick this. I'll talk to her. If this is what she wants, I will do my best to dissuade her. She doesn't know what she's getting herself into.
Make sure you tell her truly what the affliction causes. I wouldn't tell every person to get into necromancy, of course. You kind of have to...
Yeah, just those who want to dig up corpses and become a lich, right?
Yeah, you kind of have to get used to the smells and death rather regularly. Be sure she's aware as well.
Yeah. I don't know, just get the sense that she's a gentle sort who wouldn't... I don't get that sense that she's capable of the... I mean, how's she going to feel when she eats somebody?
I think she would be somewhat fine. You'll find out soon. She's tougher than she looks.
For fans of Tyranny of Dragons, Lyra, in her snake form, has eaten 2 people. Ostensibly friends and family as well.
I didn't know they were friends and family at the time.
Still ate them.
They were enemies.
She ate 2 e110 and then found out, I think 4 episodes later, that the e110 were what was left of her druid circle after consuming them. So I just thought I'd throw that in, a little reference there. How's she going to feel when she eats somebody? And like, you just cut back to Lyra wiping away. I've done this before. Just a Tuesday. Yeah.
Doing just like the Python things, just like on the ground, like blah. Blah.
Where's Harry? He watches Lyra pats a really full stomach.
You see 2 bunny ears moving the stomach.
Yeah. Metal hand pushing against the skin. All right, Lyra, Harry, and Bart. As the 3 of you head down to go check on the salamanders, we will jump back to you guys. Grimm's magic mouth activates. You hear, Harry, you can't go down here. There's 2 salamanders, and they're very dangerous. We don't want to disturb them. Please and thank you. I think was the gist of the don't take anything, you sneaky little rabbit.
Yeah. It's only because you stole something. Oh, you didn't steal something last session.
You stole our hearts. Actually, literally, give it back. I need it. I really need that golden heart back. As you make your way down towards the edge of the salamander's nest, you can see this massive snowdrift is actually hiding what looks like a cave beneath the bluff that the campsite is placed on top of. And as you peer into the depths, you hear a low hiss as the salamander begins to stalk forwards. Lyra, at this moment, you form the linking tattoo.
I probably would have tried to do it pretty much as soon as it was in range. So I was like really trying to give him a bit of warning.
Yeah. You're muted, Bart.
No, I think that now would be the only time we could, because don't we need line of sight with it?
I actually think you just need to know it's there within range. I don't think it says that you can see within range. I think it might just say within range, annoyingly.
It's just within range, within 60 feet.
No, that's good to know. That I can use that with Niles when we're in theocracy bedrooms.
Yep.
Hang on, what?
Hold up.
No, don't say out loud what my brain just thought.
Rosary beads, eh?
No. Oh, my mind went to the same place as well, Ali. I was going to say the same thing. I was like, I hope you washed them. Yeah. As you form the mental link, the creature already knows the sensation you formed it before. It does allow the mental link to happen. You hear that sort of like hissing. There's this deep hissing voice speaking through.
No closer. No closer.
And I put my hands up just to make sure that Harry and Bart know to stop. As you may be aware, the giant wolf that you were mentioning before had a conversation with us. She, could smell you guys. We didn't out you guys, but she does know about your presence here. She said that for the rest of tonight, we've secured a semblance of safety for you, but as of tomorrow, apparently all bets are off. She also mentioned that you might have a friend also in there that's injured. I can try and help heal, give you guys, you helped us out. I want to do what I can.
Mate hurt, you heal.
I'll heal.
Just you.
Just me. I sort of, let Harry and Bart know. And if it sort of seems like it'll be too much for just Lyra's magic, she might call out and see if Bart's got any lay of hands points left or anything, but...
You're muted still, Bart.
I'm muted again. I didn't want to interrupt. No, I was going to bless just to give it a little bonus in case there's like a medicine check. But it only lasts a minute, so I'll just... Good luck.
I'll call out if I need a hand.
Okay.
Can you keep an eye on Harry for me?
If they try to eat you, scream.
Yeah, I've got... face step. I can just poof. But yes, you'll hear.
Okay.
Harry, have you stealthed away?
Well, I mean, I have a tattoo and I want to activate it. So I'll lightly tap the ground with my foot. And this tattoo lets me know all creatures and objects within 30 feet of me.
Yep.
One, is there a third? Two, are there any items that are catching my eye?
Yep. Harry, as you stomp the ground with your radar tattoo, there is another salamander curled around as this sort of... We're sort of imagining this like toff, right? Where like you hit the ground and then you get this like... It looks like a radar image back for a second. There is another salamander curled around what looks like a clutch of 3 eggs deep inside this bluff, deep inside this snowdrift. In the natural cavern that is there, there are 3 more of these cube-like objects, the same as the one that's up powering the fire. But rather than emanating heat, these 3 seem to be emanating cold. Well, 2 of them are. One of them is inactive, and they seem to be. The salamanders have pushed them up close to the nest, the ones that are emanating cold, to try and keep the eggs even more chilled. Harry, can you roll a d4 for me?
I can roll a d4.
Let's see what else is there. Now, for those of you who are going, wait, Owen, are you deliberately tempting Harry by having him roll on the random magic item table to see what's in the salamander's nest? To that I say, I'm sorry. That's a 1. Could you roll a D100 for me? 56.
You don't. I think you have inspiration. Can you re-roll it with that, or is that?
I think this is just a number, right? This isn't like a good or bad scale.
It's just a number.
Gotcha.
I'll be saving the inspiration for the stealth check.
It does appear. Okay, Harry. It does appear as if there is a pouch, a potion pouch. You can sense the presence of 2 glass vials of something. It's next to the body of a dead human who has frozen and been partially eaten.
And where is that body relative to the lizards and where Lyra's herring and the eggs?
Inside the drift with their nest.
Yeah, that's not worth it. They could get all 3 of us killed. I think there's some. Is there some potions over there? Towards the direction you go. I think I can see something in the dark. That might be useful to help heal them if it's a healing potion.
I can try and check.
You might want to ask them though before just grabbing it.
Oh yeah, no. If it seems like it'll be outside of my my magic review, but I'll ask.
I have very good vision in darkness, so Harry's just going to keep an eye out for Lyra, and maybe perch himself in a position where if anything does go wrong, he can sneak attack.
Get her out. Yeah.
Yep.
Lyra, as you head down into the gloom, following these. Oh, yep.
Can we see Lyra? Is it just a straight tunnel down?
It curves around inside the snowdrift. As soon as she turns the corner, you can't really see her, unfortunately.
Okay.
But no one's watching us, right?
No one's watching you.
Yeah, so we can like kind of.
I'm watching you.
Lean over around the corner a bit more. To
You could stealth in. Right? You could stealth in Harry and keep an eye from around the corner.
I am going to try to stop Harry if Harry tries to enter the cave.
Okay, well, you just see Harry's neck like leaning further across his thing.
Lyra, as you follow the salamander down into the cave underneath the snowdrift, you have to get down on your hands and. Oh no! How tall are you? You're like 4 foot something, aren't you? You're tiny. 5 foot.
Just 5 foot flat.
You're fine. Don't worry. You have to sort of stoop a little bit on occasion, but these things are almost as tall as you are, shoulder to feet to shoulder. As you follow down into the cave that's hidden beneath this snowdrift, you can see that the cave actually opens up to be a much larger space than you thought. It is stretching the whole underside of where the campsite is located above. How long this cave has been here? Much longer than the campsite, which is really interesting because it means that this campsite was coincidentally placed on top of this cave. They had no idea what was beneath. Looks like the salamanders have been here for longer than just a few days. It looks like perhaps this is an old nesting site. You can see broken eggshells on the floor. Perhaps this is a place that has been used as a sanctuary before. And not just by them, there's signs that other creatures have been here as well. Tufts of matted brown fur suggest maybe a bear has used this at one point, and there are piles of bones that have been pushed to the sides and the corners of the cave. More than just what would be from this salamander's diet. But what grabs your attention immediately is in the center of the cave, icicles rising up like stalactites. Yes, fuck, it's the first time I've ever got that right. No! Is it not?
Stalagmites. No.
If they're from the ground, it's stalagmites.
Is it stalagmite fall? Isn't that how you remember it?
No, stalagmites are mighty and strong like mountains, and stalactites cling tightly to the ceiling.
This is dumb. I'm changing it. On Nostea, it's the other way around. Stalagmite go up the ass. I'm never going to forget that now. Thanks, Dave. Stalag might be used as Bart's prayer beads. As you can see icicles.
Guys, stretcher.
Oh god, it's funny. I can remember ridiculous amounts of random trivia. I cannot get stalactite, stalagmite right in my head. I don't know why. As the icicles rising from the floor like stalagmites. forming what almost looks like a crown of frost. Wrapped around it is another salamander. This one, however, Lyra, has taken some pretty intensive damage. Claw marks cutting across its form. There are places where blood has frozen on the surface of its skin. It looks like its mate has tried to stop the bleeding by using its ice breath to freeze the scales. Its breathing is slow and labored, and in the center of the nest, you can see 3 eggs. The salamander slowly raises its head, the injured one, as it looks at you and watches frost begins to gather in its mouth before a chirp from the other salamander silences it, and it slowly lowers its head.
Come, injured. Help.
I'll help. Did a beast do this, or
Beast.
animal, creature, or was it giant, or was it magic? I guess is what I'm asking.
The salamander shows you brief images. A monster. Wicked claws wearing armor made of ice, insect-like, as it slashes at the salamanders.
Demon.
Yeah, devil.
All right. I'm wondering if I can do some sort of insight check into the nature of the wounds, sort of see if they're just sort of cut and dry, normal-ass wounds, or if they're sort of got sort of some sort of demonic corruption or anything in there that I might need a little bit more help with.
Medicine or Arcana check, your choice.
Trying to find medicine. Let's go medicine. Eek. 8.
Lyra,
Can I use my inspiration
Yes, you can.
and reroll?
Yes, you can. Absolutely. That's what it's there for. Natural one. It's a 12! We'll take the 12. Lyra, at first glance, these wounds look mundane. But you realize that they're not. The edges where it's cut, even underneath the layers of ice, which shouldn't really be able to hurt these creatures, beings of frost that they are, there is still almost like a poison seeping through the scales. You can see the remnants of this almost like dark purple ichor, whatever was on these blades when they slashed. And these blades looked, the injuries look like claw marks, but as you look closer, you can see the edges are too neat to cut. It looks like whatever these creatures attacked with, some sort of 3-bladed weapon. Maybe some sort of trident? Hard to say. Poisoned, most likely. Or coated in something.
Do I sort of, outside of sort of the poison, sort of from the reading that I did get, do I sort of get the vibe that this would be sort of something that I can cure initially with Greater Resto and then apply healing over the top, or do I sort of need a more specific
With a medicine check of 12,
poison?
there's no reason to think Greater Restoration and healing would not be enough. Greater Restoration can deal with poisons and conditions like that, and the health to reclose the wounds, just doing like a healing word or a cure wounds, that should be perfect. You don't think there's any reason why that wouldn't work?
All right. I'm going to just sort of explain everything to the salamander first. It's like, okay, I'm going to cast a fair bit of magic here. If it seems like this spell here doesn't work, I might have to call up one of my friends from up top to give me a hand with this, the beast or the creature, the monster that you were fighting. Has used some kind of poison curse variant, something that I'm going to try. So just pre-warning. And with that, I sort of approach sort of from the front of the injured salamander and just sort of like really sort of calmly walk around to the injured side so that they sort of know I'm there, and place just a very gentle sort of hand on it and cast a Greater Resto. And just to see what happens.
You watch as the healing magic flows out from between your fingers, Lyra, and as it washes over the salamander, you watch as it slowly stretches, the purple ichor evaporating away, burning away under your holy magic.
All right.
Well, not really holy magic, but your restoration magic, shall we say.
And then I'm going to probably pop a...
As
Do
you
I get
restore
sort of
its hit
like,
point
is it-
maximum.
On a scale of a theoretical 1 to 100, how hurt sort of, does this sort of creature, I can see a perfectly healthy salamander next to it.
Yeah. With
And
a
then this
medicine,
one,
with a medicine check of 12, it looks like it's probably down to a third of its maximum health. But it does not need to be healed up fully. You know that it'll heal naturally on its own. What you're doing here is kind of like trying to bridge the gap to give it a fighting chance so that it can at least move and get out of here with the eggs. Right? That's the plan, I think, to give it a way to... Yeah. Cool.
I'm going to take a gamble that I'm going to get a full night's sleep tonight. And I'm going to, again, sort of put another hand over and cast...
30 hit points. 30 hit points is not nothing. As the magic flows over, you watch as the injuries begin to knit back together. Not fully healing, but closing over. The bleeding stopped. The outer scales still fresh and new. Not toughened like they need to be to provide the full armor, but the creature is clearly very much restored from how it was before. You watch as the salamander slowly rises, pushing itself up on its 6 muscular limbs before looking over towards you, sniffing the air, and then letting out this chirping cry once again. You watch as both salamanders begin to move and wind around each other. Outside the chamber, Harry and Bart, you hear the sound of this chirping cry, and then the sound of many feet thumping into the ground as it shakes very, very slightly. As Lyra, you have to kind of take a step back away from these two as they joyously dance, almost, moving together swiftly, leaping across one another.
How far was his potion from me?
If you're sneaking in to get around the corner, probably about 15, 20 feet away.
And I can't... Okay, I'm going to tap the ground again to do my radar thing. And I want to see, is it in line of sight of the lizards?
Yeah, it is. It's so across from the entrance to this open chamber, there is a body slumped up against the wall with a bunch of other bones and refuse. It's on that corpse.
And then that's the same line of sight that they can see because it's like in the corner.
It's in the open chamber, yeah.
I might have a bit of an idea, Harry.
Okay, that's right. You don't know what Harry's thinking. Harry fully commit. No, he doesn't do anything. He just stays where he is.
Harry sprints in, throwing knives at the salamanders. Harry pulls out his portable camping stove and wok ready to cook an egg. Lyra.
So the salamander, do they have 6 legs or 4?
6 legs.
And I'm just thinking, how easy does it seem like it would be for them to carry the eggs, and sort of, keep themselves sort of reasonably defended?
The eggs are actually proportionally a bit smaller than they are. They could, and their fingers, their toes are very prehensile, much like a lizard's. They should be quite good at actually holding the eggs. I mean, if they were to hold one in each paw, one was to hold 2, one was to hold 1, they'd be fine. Even if they just held 1 each and then one held one in their mouth. There's only 3 eggs. They'd be very easily able to manage.
Thinking the bag, how big is the bag the potions are in?
Is
it teeny tiny?
It's like a little hip flask. It's designed to hold two glass vials that are like 10 centimeters tall. The eggs are about 40 centimeters tall.
What about the clothing of the dead adventurer?
Cloak. Yeah, it's rotten, it's old, but as you head on over and have a bit of a look, the cloak particularly still looks fairly serviceable.
Because I'm sort of thinking
wrap it up and
if I can just sort of layer it as much as sort of I can, make sort of maybe a bit of a sling kind of thing that they could just sort of stick over the neck.
Stick and bindle. They're just like a little hill,
pulls out a bit of straw. Yeah. I'm with you.
Yeah, because I'm just thinking, like, if they can move fast while they're still under the protection, so that they can maybe try and clear the wolves and everything, while we're still under the pact with the with Fenris. But yeah, get permission first before I touch any of the eggs. But wait for them to finish their.
You're here.
As the salamander rushes over, and for a moment, Lyra, you bit concerned you're about to be crushed as the salamander leaps towards you, its head pushing down, knocking you to the ground as it nuzzles in. In this moment of joy, it kind of forgets its own strength a little bit and then pulls back, realizing that it's kind of knocked you down a bit.
You heal.
I'm fine. All better, I think.
Much thanks.
Maybe another
Much
couple
thanks.
of days. But so with the wolf, like I said, we've managed to get and the rest of the night where they won't hunt.
Safe tonight.
Safe tonight, but I'm not
We
sure what you
leave.
want to do. But
We leave now. One night.
if you want, I can make this to help carry the eggs. And just sort of like wrap up sort of the cloak how I was sort of planning on it, and just sort of taking some random vials or whatever out of my own bag, and maybe using some of the ones from that potion bag as like example that like
nice.
So you put like eggs here and then around the neck so that you've got all your legs for running and fighting. Your choice.
You watch as it looks curiously at what you've constructed, slowly bends down and picks it up in its mouth, puts down the cloak again. Could you make me a sleight of hand check to see how well you assemble this?
Otherwise, you've made a really stylish scarf.
25. Lyra, you did a great job. There was a bit of rope. There was a bit of rope in this adventurer's pack that you've actually been able to use to clip on. There was some pitons that you've been able to stab through the cloak, tie around to create like a little harness to wrap around their shoulders, so the eggs can actually be held on their chest like a little kangaroo pouch. You've done a great job. This is fine work, Lyra, with the 25. As the male salamander slips into it, you watch as the female very gently picks up the eggs and places them one by one into this cloak pouch.
I've made sure to take out my belongings first.
I figured. And with that, you watch as the salamanders begin to make their way towards the cave exit. The male looks back towards you one last time, nudges you again. Much thanks.
Much thanks. Stay safe.
Yes, safe.
Be well.
Stay safe.
Harry, you have to dive out of the way as the two salamanders let out this chirping cry and then power through the entrance. But you have to sort of leap aside as well. Grimm's magic mouth goes off as the two salamanders push out through the entrance. Harry, make sure you don't go in here. It's very dangerous as they power through. For those of you up on top of the bluff, you watch as the salamanders burst from the snowdrift and begin powering down towards the edge of the barrier. As they pass through, the wisps that go to push through, you watch as the male pauses, rises up, breathes in, and then fires these little shards of ice that strike the wisps, bursting them into nothing before they can pass through the barrier. And then with that, they take off into the night, the two salamanders disappearing as quickly as they can, using the very little time they've been given to get away as fast as they can. The cave is clear and empty, Lyra, and there is more in here that you can see. The cave itself is about 60 feet in diameter. More in here than Harry's 30 foot could identify.
I call in Bart and Harry. I'm like, you guys want to give me a hand with some of this?
Harry's already sitting next to you.
With his hand in your pocket, he's just like, You're muted, Christian.
I'm kind of just thinking we clear it like bones and all, like, the event, these skeleton.
Yeah, that I'm heading in. Go in.
Alrighty. You find in the Salamander's cave 3 more cubes. These are thermal cubes. They have a slightly different effect to what's in the D&D Beyond, so I will add them to your inventory. I'll chuck them in the group inventory if you like.
Ooh.
These are, they're paired. One cold, one hot, and they draw energy from one place to provide energy in another. Over potentially infinite distance, you're not sure. They also seem to be potentially the power source for this dome, the ones that you've got paired. There is also...
Leave them here for now.
Leave them there? Fair enough.
Just in case I don't want to take down the dome.
No, that's very, very fair. The potion that you find is a potion of mind reading.
Oh.
Convenient.
Can add that to the party inventory. In addition, you find a bunch of items, random stuff from various people who've been killed or who've died, and their bodies have been brought into the cave, not by the salamanders purely, probably by wolves, bears, other creatures that have used this cave in the past. You find a bunch of random crap, as well as some gold from the coin pouch. Totals up to about 38 gold pieces and 52 silver pieces.
Nice.
You also find 38 gold pieces, 52 silver.
I've added that to the party.
Cheers.
You also find, Dave, can I get another D4 roll, please?
It is a 4.
It's a 4. Okay. Can you please roll me a D100?
It is a 31.
31. Okay. This is actually kind of ironic. At the back of the cave, you find the body of a man dressed in what look like cleric attire, priest's attire. His body has been here for a very, very long time. The bones have mostly fallen apart, but wrapped around the vertebrae of the neck is a gold chain. 2 hands clutching 3 rubies. I'm going to put the picture in chat. The fact that it is untarnished and unmarred by time indicates that it is very old. This is a periapt of wound closure. Whenever you make a death save, you can change a roll of 9 or lower to a 10. And whenever you roll hit dice to regain hit points, you get to double the number of double the number of hit points that you restore. The irony, of course, being that this man died while wearing it in the cave. Yeah, periapt of wound closure.
It's amazing.
It's pretty good.
That's pretty sweet.
Should that be something Bart has, since he always gets hurt?
I sadly agree. I think in the last several combats that we've had, I have nearly succumbed every time. The Krakens, I nearly died. The Salamanders, I nearly died. The Drow, I nearly died. But I'm doing a good job of being the vanguard. Not that
The Underdark, you almost died as well.
Yes.
Yeah,
I mentioned that.
Not a monster, but everything.
Yeah.
Hey, no complaints here.
I would gladly have some form of additional protection for when I go to be the shield for our party again.
Harry will tap his wand in his eye and check to see if it's cursed or anything like that. If there's anything weird or it seems a bit too good to be true.
It's actually a periapt of wound opening. When you wear this, any roll of above a 10, the DM can change into a 9. No. It is uncursed as far as you can see, Harry.
Yep.
The only thing is it requires attunement. That's it.
Yeah, no,
I'm happy if Bart has this.
Yeah, I'm happy to give Bart it too.
Awesome sauce.
Oh.
I know.
And
I know. You guys are pretty tapped out on your attunement slots, aren't you?
I need to multi-class into Artificer.
Yeah. Yep.
I'm happy to take stuff. If you got too much stuff, I can hold it for you.
Problem is, Dave, a lot of their attunements are taken up by tattoos. Which are notoriously difficult to transfer to another party member, unfortunately. Awesome sauce. Well, I think what we'll do then, I think we'll have you guys go through the rest of your long rest, unless there's anything else you wanted to do before the...
For the long rest, seeing the salamanders running out and you guys entering the cave, oh wow, this place is incredible. There's so much good things in here. Oh, look at
He's talking about the
wow,
bones.
look at it. And yes, I am.
Put them in the bag.
Yeah. Like, can we take some of these with us? As I'm already using one of my spell slots before going to bed to raise zombies and skeletons. Just casting it once. So.
Oh yeah, of course. I was like probably like halfway through, like sort of sticking like a giant femur in, like. Start taking them back out again.
These are definitely more skeletons.
Bag. Now that's right. Yes, I'd get myself 3 skeletons.
There you go.
And then they can chill out with me.
This is Bony M. Bony. Yeah.
Big Bony J.
Mm.
Mr. J.
Alrighty.
Cassius.
As you will benefit from your long rest, you may benefit from a long rest. Hit the long rest button and we'll have a long rest over the night. Inside the dome, you are protected from many of the dangers, and what's more, with Harry's very, very careful scrutiny, there are 2 white wolves, larger than even the dire wolves. Not as big as Fenris, but 2 winter wolves patrolling the borders, keeping you safe overnight. They are the ones Fenris has given to guide you and get you through the storm in the morning. So I think where we'll wrap up tonight is all of you enjoying your long rest and getting ready for the journey ahead. And that is where we will leave things for now. Thank you so much for joining us, everybody. That was an excellent session. You guys did very, very well with Fenris. Very, very nice indeed. And I will have to have a chat with you, Ali, about what the lycanthropy will look like if you do choose to go down that. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, wow. I guess it's more closer to rabies, right? Vampirism is kind of like the AIDS.
Yeah.
Is the Lyra one vampirism too?
I'm collecting them all like Pokemon.
Yeah. It's gonna be like, I don't know, is it from, I think it was like the Elder Scrolls. Have you guys seen that animated series? It's like making fun of the Elder Scrolls, and like the Dragonborn like gets the vampiric blood, the werewolf blood, and then like transforms, and they take on this like horrific appearance. Like, I think I mixed too much of the bloods. It's very funny. I'm trying to remember what that series is called. Oh, it's very funny. It's a very, very funny like Elder Scrolls parody. See if I can hunt it down. There's like 20 of them. It was really well done. Awesome. Well, look, we are going to wrap up there. Let me pull across for those of you who are watching us on Twitch. We're going to go and raid a lovely friend of the channel. Tonight that will be... Or let's go and raid Bardic Tales. They're currently doing Fellbrush Ascension. I have no idea what that is. Sounds like it's going to be an awesome... Oh! Except Ruinous Paths are doing Shadow of the Dragon Queen. I'm so sorry. We're going to go do Ruinous Paths. They're great. They're lovely. And they've got 1 viewer. Let's give them some love. I will get that raid coming across. But those of you watching on YouTube and those of you listening to the podcast, remember, for YouTube, you can gain yet another pact by subscribing to the channel. Bind yourself to as many extraplanar entities as possible. Make sure that you resurrect all of the skeletons that are left behind in a stinky old cave by hitting the like button. And potentially put your friends in mortal peril because you can't keep your little bunny paws off a single potion vial by leaving a comment below. And that is where we will leave things for tonight. Fucking perfect. For podcast listeners, Dave raised up a little tiny rabbit. Awesome. Thank you so much, guys. We will see you all next time. Until then, stay safe, stay well. See you guys soon. Bye.
Later.
See you later, gang.